Well, happy, beautiful, amazing day. Dr. Bob Rakowski here out of Houston, Texas. I had a conversation with a Facebook friend all the way across the world. Actually, he's in Europe, Germany specifically. And I said, how you doing? He says, well, Bob, I've got to tell you, I am really struggling. So many things have changed and I haven't found my way yet, but I'm plugging in and doing all that I can to find a path to better. And I'm excited to say that we do have a path to better, but let's share some wisdom. First and foremost, every big problem is a big opportunity. So I remember this statement: the bigger the problem, the bigger the payday. And then let's go with Red Adair. And I'm going to bridge from this. He was a very famous oil field firefighter. And he said, you know what, if you think it's expensive to hire a professional, try hiring an amateur. Well, how I want to tweak that is, if you think it's expensive to hire a professional to get your life better, why don't you just partner with one and grow and win together? And that's what we're going to offer: an opportunity to partner up and grow and win in a proven business model with proven products that are global, with patented competitive advantages. So Ed Milet, I've really been enjoying his wisdom lately. He likes to say that we're one decision away from a totally different life. And again, maybe it's one partnership. Imagine being able to partner with global winners, people that have built phenomenally successful businesses and added value all over the world. And you know what? You get to partner with them, benefit from their efforts and wisdom, and with a phenomenal company all at the same time. So a little background on me. I tell people, first and foremost, I'm a family man, been married now 34 years, three beautiful children, our fourth grandchild due in February. I've also been in clinical practice 31 years. I've treated world champions from every major professional sport. I've also seen the other end of the spectrum, people that were sent home to die. And I've taught doctors all over the world, 6 different continents. So I'm an expert in health and promoting health and actually understanding what products are healthy. And you know what? I'm going to take that expertise and apply it to what I'm going to share with you, giving you something that is indisputably good, with no potential downside that I'm aware of. So a little on my story, and I'm a big fan of quotes. A good scare is definitely worth more than good advice, and I had a good scare. And I tell people, I think a shark in the water would have been less scary for me, but mine was an X-ray report that was recommending a bone scan. Now, if you know anything about that recommendation, someone thought they saw something that could have been cancer. And I got this report just as I was leaving town, so I had a week to think about it. If you got metastatic cancer, that's already a bad circumstance. What if my time is short? Who will take care of my family? And I remembered this wisdom: your network is your net worth. And my question for you is, are you open to this working for you? I was. And so now I built a team of over 25,000 people in over 20 countries, proven, sharing proven, healthy, amazing products that people know, like, and do every day, multiple times a day, never need to be reminded, never plan to quit. Does that sound too good to be true? I promise you it's not. It's a real story. And if you want to partner with me, we can find ways to do the same for you. You might be aware that we're part of now the greatest wealth transfer in history. Multiple trillions of dollars have transferred from the have-nots to the have-yachts. And, it's been said we've transitioned from a society of brick and mortar to a society of click and order. And what would it take for you to set up a click and order business? Well, I'm going to tell you today, it would be essentially just one good decision. So one of our products, healthy coffee, award-winning coffee. This coffee won the award as the best organic coffee, but it's not just the best coffee, it's the healthiest. It's turbocharged, it's alkaline, it's got a superfood in it called Ganoderma lucidum, which has been around for probably since the beginning of time or near that, but over 5,000 years of documented human clinical use. And it's proven safe, effective, healthy for so many different circumstances. But, for $49.95, you get a world-class website that millions was spent creating it. You get a merchant account, which, by the way, usually costs about $25 a month. That's thrown in for that $49.95 for a year. You get access to multiple good products. I'll share those more later. The company's taking care of all the business licenses in 40 countries and expanding. They do the production, they do the shipping. What do? We share products, we share the opportunity, and we teach others to do the same. Now, you might say, well, wait a minute, I'm not skilled in that yet. Well, guess what? You get to partner with people that are, and you can refer them to multiple Zooms every single week. So John Paul DeJoria, multi-billionaire, and I'm a fan of wisdom. So he says, you know what, if you're going to start a business or get a career, you definitely don't want to be in the selling business, because you make a sale, then guess what? You've got to make the next one and the next one and the next one. But he does say you absolutely do want to be in the reorder business, because you make that sale once and people will come back again and again and again. And I'll go back to that in a moment, but I'm going to transition to Ed Milet real quick. He says, you know what, my network marketing superpower, and by the way, he made his first tens of millions in network marketing. And yes, that's going to be the business model we're going to share. But he said he was really, really good at selling the dream. Well, here's what I've got to tell you. There's no dream too big for coffee. Over 2 billion cups consumed every single day, every single country in the world. People that do it multiple times a day, never need to be reminded, never, ever, ever plan to quit. So if you want to know how big a number 2 billion is, or even 1 billion, a billion years ago, no life on planet Earth. A billion hours ago, no human life, or sorry, a billion days ago, no human life on planet Earth. A billion hours ago was the old Stone Age. A billion minutes ago, the Roman Empire. A billion seconds ago, 31.7 million years ago. But a billion cups of coffee ago, well, that was about 10 hours ago. So think about that. Every 10 hours, that cycle repeats. And here in North America, the average coffee drinker drinks 3.3 cups a day, and that's over 1,200 cups a year. I was introduced to Organo 10 years ago. And so guess what? Some people that I've shared product with, I did the work one time. I made one sale, but I've been paid over 12,000 times. And think about that. Would you like to do the work once, get paid once, or do the work once and get paid many thousands of times over? And here's what we know. The coffee was absolutely pandemic proof. A lot of businesses really suffered, but coffee took off. Nearly half of people drank more coffee. Now, what about timing? And I'll get to that a little bit later, but it turns out that nearly half of American households have something that they're calling a side hustle. Now, 90% of those people actually do the work once and get paid once. 10% say, you know what, this network marketing makes sense. I get better products at a great price. And if I share them, I can get paid again and again and again. And in our network marketing business, again, the average coffee drinker, over 1,200 cups a year. Network marketing, by the way, has been around for over 75 years. It's in over 100 countries. It crosses over $200 billion in sales. And here are some of the fairly famous advocates of network marketing. Ed Milet got his start in network marketing. Bob Proctor said if he had to do it all over again, he'd do network marketing. Same thing with Grant Cardone, Tony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, huge advocate. Warren Buffett owns multiple network marketing companies. And Paul Zane Pilsner, by the way, global economic expert, says, my gosh, the risk benefit of this is absolutely unmatched. And you can see many of these people in a documentary called Rise of the Entrepreneur. Just Google that if you want that site. But when we're going to talk about the business, my mentors teach that the 5 pillars of a great opportunity, you want to look at the company. We've got a great company. I'll share the details. Products, we've got great products. I'll share the details. Support, I'll tell you right now, the company does most of the work and our team does a lot of the work, but ultimately, how difficult is it to share a cup of coffee? And I'll tell you what, probably the biggest step you need to take is just get out of your way and share. And people, once they experience what we have, want it again and again and again. In terms of timing, the world is looking for what we have: better health, better wealth, more independence. And how much money can you make? Well, you can make an absolute ton. I'll get through some of that soon. But here's a picture of Organo's corporate headquarters, now coming up on their 14th year. They are now a global lifestyle company. And I like to use the term leverage because you can create more leverage in this business model than ever before. And again, we are pandemic proof and we are a reorder business. Here's a picture of the 40 countries that we're currently operational in and expanding. And here's one thing I really want people to know. If you're going to make a recommendation for somebody, wouldn't you want to have absolute certainty that it was healthy, that it was safe, that it was effective, that it wouldn't cause any challenges? So the company Organo has more nutrition certifications and quality certifications than any major nutrition company that I've spoke for, which is absolutely many. There's a picture of our amazing superfood and how we grow it in the natural environment. And by the way, this is what most of our competitors offer. And here's what I can tell you. There's absolutely no comparison. And then we've got something that we call the Organo Products Trust. Stephen Covey wrote a book called The Speed of Trust. And here's a little excerpt from it. He says, nothing is as fast as the speed of trust. Nothing as fulfilling as a relationship of trust. Nothing is as inspiring as an offering of trust. Nothing is as profitable as the economics of trust. Nothing has more influence than the reputation of trust. So we certainly have that reputation, but we have put millions of dollars into and many tens of thousands of man hours into creating the Organo Products Trust. And now you can scan a barcode on these 4 products and soon every product in their line, and find out, where did the product come from? How was it sourced? What are the quality certifications? What type of testing did it go through? What type of manufacturing did it go through? All of the above. Now you might ask, well, why in the world would they do that? Well, here's what I'll tell you. Because we have a competitive advantage. The cleanest materials, the most tested materials, the most certified materials, packaged in the most beautiful way that people can get better, literally, with every single dose of our product. So this was Organo's first billion, that's with a B, billion-dollar question. Do you know anybody who drinks coffee or tea at least occasionally? Now, think about that. There's probably not anyone in the world that could answer, no, I don't know anybody. And by the way, if you ask them, is it you? Yeah, the vast majority of people say, well, yeah, it's me. And then I usually follow up with this. I've invested in a healthier gourmet coffee and tea company. I'd love to give you some samples. And if you like them, I'd love to earn your business. Now, think about that. It's fairly easy for me to do that, but my son started his Organo business at age 18. He was still in high school. He didn't know anybody. So he'd literally go to the mall, meet people, and he'd tell them, you know what, I'm partnered with a healthy gourmet coffee company, or I'm a brand ambassador for a healthy coffee company. I'd love to gift you a few samples. If you like them, I'd like to earn your business. You know what? And he'd give 10 samples away a day. And his book, if he wrote it, would be entitled Financially Free at 23, because he built an epic global team and now gets to enjoy the beautiful life with his phenomenal network. I like to tell people that our coffee is guilt-free and turbocharged. And so this young lady lost 57 pounds just switching her latte to Organo latte. And you might ask, how can that be? Well, Ganoderma, go to pubmed.gov and type in Ganoderma and blood sugar, and here's what you're going to find out. It has absolutely phenomenal blood sugar benefits. And believe it or not, this even exists for my diabetic patients. How do I know? Because we've tested a bunch of them, and most of my diabetic patients, even those on insulin, can drink a mocha and only have it raise its blood sugar about the same level as broccoli and chicken. So what does that mean for them? They get to put something in their body that ultimately can help every aspect of their wellness. And yeah, some of these people have become non-diabetic with this simple change. And see what it does for you. Organo's second billion-dollar question: do you know anybody that wants to lose weight drinking dessert? I would think that would probably be something that most people that wanted to lose weight would say yes to. And there I put the PubMed with some of the half a dozen fat loss mechanisms. But Frank made that switched over to a healthy shake and lost 100 pounds in 10 months. Their third billion-dollar question: do you know anybody who wants beautiful confidence? And so they have an all-organic skincare line that they purchased. They were in 20 years business from New Zealand before Organo bought them. And everything that you put on your skin, by the way, goes into your body. So this documentary called Toxic Beauty said, you know what? You really want to be diligent about what you put on your skin, cosmetic skincare, because there's a whole bunch of chemicals associated with cancer, birth defects, reproductive harm. And people probably need to not be ever putting this on their skin. So, if you know better, why not do better? People have a choice. They can put something toxic on, or they can nourish their body with BU. Finally, do you know anybody that wants to save money on luxury travel and up to 80% off? Organo has over 100,000 resort location partnerships where you can take the absolute best vacation of your life at a tiny fraction of the cost. And then their fifth billion-dollar question, do you know anybody who wants a better brain? So they partner with a brain technology called NeuroTracker. It's been around for over 20 years, over 50 published medical studies, proven to create a better brain in 90 minutes. And there's an NFL quarterback, Matt Ryan, in front of a screen with these highlighted glowing balls. And basically you play a computer game 6 minutes, 3 times a week, and it's proven to create a better brain. And then what did Organo do beyond that? They created a brain drink that has Ganoderma and cordyceps and lion's mane and theanine and green tea and a probiotic and B12 and caffeine. And I used to play the video of Anika McPherson, but it didn't play well on Zoom. Sometimes there's just not the bandwidth to make that work. But she's an Olympian, a 3-time national champion, a 9-time world team member. And she says, you know what? I love this drink. It gives me my brain and body the boost that it needs. I'm hyper-focused and I can do better than ever when I drink the CXT. So what does Organo offer? Well, time freedom once you build a team, money freedom, because the money will flow in, location freedom. You can do it from your smartphone. You can step up your health, your beautiful confidence, enhance cognition, and go to absolutely beautiful places. And we call that total freedom. I'm going to talk a little bit about the money, and I'm a big fan of laws. The law of compensation states this: we're all going to be compensated by how many people we help and how much we help them. So, imagine that you just, went to work and got 10 good coffee customers. Well, here's the magic thing about that. More than half of the households that are doing some type of side hustle, their magic number is $500 a month. And in fact, 1/3 of those households would not be able to pay their bills without those $500. Now, remember, 90% of people are doing the work once, getting paid once. 10% like us do the work once, and we get paid many, many times. So imagine that you spent maybe 25 hours your first month getting 10 customers. Well, what happens when they fall in love with the product? Well, guess what? They buy it every single month. They never need to be reminded. They never plan to quit. In fact, you don't even have to handle it. We set them up with an auto ship on Organo, and then you earn that magic $500 a month. But what if those 10 people said, you know what? I really like this, and I think I know people that would like it. And what if those 10 actually got 10? Well, then your team would grow to 100. And what if those 100 got 10? You grow to 1,000. And when those 1,000 got 10, you grow to 10,000. And here's what I can tell you. This business becomes exceptionally lucrative. And it can happen even before you get to those numbers. There's a picture of one of my great mentors and me, Richard Bliss Brook. He's an absolutely fantastic network marketing story. Definitely not quite rags, but not far away from that to extreme riches. And he says, you know what, put in 4 years and you could create your dream life. But here's what he says, all the network marketing companies in the world, there's a bunch, a lot of them are really, really good. Most of them don't have reorder products. Most of them are not pandemic proof, but ours is both of those. But he says the average network marketing company pays 7% of your team volume. Here's what I can tell you. Organo's way above average, which is a beautiful thing. And then let's just talk about time multiplication for a moment. By the time you get that magic 10,000 people on your team, if they just put in 15 minutes a day, I want you to think about that. Could you build a business 15 minutes a day? Yeah, send people a nice text. Hey, happy, beautiful day. How are you? They say, I'm great. How are you? And you reply back, listen, I've just invested in a healthier gourmet coffee and tea company. I'd love to gift you some samples. And if you like them, I'd like to earn your business. Can you do that in 15 minutes a day? you can. How many people can you reach out to? I don't know, 15 maybe. But at any rate, once you get those 10,000 people each working 15 minutes a day, you benefit from 2,500 hours of effort every single day. So what does it cost to join Organo? $49.95. That gets you that website, that merchant account, business in 40 countries with access to all of their products at wholesale. And then you can choose some products to sell, or the company says, you know what, we're going to put together some packages, good, better, and best, where you can invest $300, $500, or $1,300. And what's the difference in the packages? Well, how much they pay. So the low-level pack is going to pay you more ways than if you just choose your products. The next pack, about a time and a half that much. The ultimate pack, more than twice that much. Only a one-time purchase, and you can dramatically accelerate your earnings. And Organo has something called the Global Growth Bonus. For those people that want to earn quickly, they can earn up to $9,000 in extra bonuses their first month. So you might ask, well, how doable is that? Their biggest pack is called the Boundless Pack. You get all these products, a little over 1,300 in products, and you have plenty to consume, share, sample, and build your team with. But if you get 8 people in your first month that want to do that, that qualifies you for an extra $2,500 bonus. By the way, the second month you do that, $3,000 bonus. Third month, $3,500. That's for that extra $9,000. And everybody on this stage, it was just an event we had in Houston a few months ago, was able to achieve the Global Growth Bonus. And as time would have it, this may be the best time ever. Organo has a new product they're coming out with, but they have a special pre-event promotion pack. $770 worth of products for $495, and you are locked in at that high pay rate, the highest pay rate that the company offers. So company's epic, products patented competitive advantages with global markets. The company has gone the extra mile to create everything that we need to succeed, and our team has multiple Zooms like this every week, Facebook groups where you can watch the replays, YouTubes you can watch the replays, and we're available to answer your questions. Why? Because you actually partner with us. I can't imagine the timing has ever been better. It's easier than ever to grow your business from home, and the money, well, it can be absolutely epic. I was taught to finish with these 4 questions, and so I will. I'm going to stop the recording. I'll see if anybody has any questions, but here are the questions. First question, why? Why'd you take the time to join us today? There's so many other things you could do. Second question is the answer to the first. Why not? Why not consider partnering with people that are profoundly successful, with a company that's profoundly successful, with products that people absolutely love and use and reorder, always, never needing to be reminded, never planning to quit. Third question is, why not you? Someone's going to say this makes a lot of sense. And if it makes sense, it'll likely make a lot of dollars. And here's the final question in the call to action. Why not now? The longer you wait to act on information, the least likely you are to act on it. So here's your call to action. Get back to whoever referred you to this Zoom, Facebook replay, YouTube replay, or however you're getting it, and say, you know what? I'm ready. Let's start my beautiful life. And I'll wrap up with these words. I'm Dr. Bob Rakowski, absolutely knowing that we can all be happy, healthy, and successful. So good night, all, and God bless.